I fix my eyes on Christ.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name's Colton. I like to talk about Bibles, books, and theology-related things. Today, I needed a bit of a change of scenery, so I'm out here outside under our church's little pavilion we have in the back. As you can see, there's a pickleball court behind me and all that stuff. I just wanted to take a moment and make a video to talk about a fun topic. At least to me, it's fun. And that is sort of the top Bible translations topic. There's sort of the desert island, thought behind some Bible translations, like what if you could only have one, that sort of thing. What would you use? And I'm going to take today to talk about my top 5 Bible translations. I've taken my glasses off because there was a huge glare out here. So I can't see you super well into the camera anyway, but that shouldn't matter too much. So my top 5 Bible translations, and I'm going to begin with number 5, and then we will end with my desert island translation, and I'll even go so far as to say what edition of that translation I would have. Number 5, my 5th favorite Bible translation, is the Christian Standard Bible, or the CSB. I really like the CSB. I think that it's really solid. The translation philosophy is a little more dynamic, a little easier to read, but still a very, very accurate Bible translation. The CSB is actually my wife's favorite, or one of her favorites. I appreciate it a lot too. Things that kind of keep it from being a bit higher on the list for me personally is just really personal preference for a lot of this, but I like my theological words in my Bible. So an example of that would be like propitiation. It's not in the CSB. They use atoning sacrifice. I think propitiation just has a bit more to it than that. And I also am not a huge fan of the whole Lord of Armies translation instead of Lord of Hosts. But I get it. It's an accurate translation. And the reason I prefer Lord of Hosts has probably everything to do with the King James tradition. But I'm okay admitting that. I mean, it's just a preference. I'm not saying it's bad one way or the other. But I like the CSB. That'd be number 5. Number 4 on the list would be the New King James Version. Previously, I would have maybe had the New King James at number 2, but I'm not. It's hard to rank these things. My opinion on this could change at any moment. But the New King James, to me, I really love. It's fantastic. It's beautifully translated. Literary beauties there. It's very accurate. It's a TR translation similar to the King James. And I don't know, I just really, really like it. And I really appreciate about the New King James Version the footnotes, which are so helpful, and it gives you all the information about what's in the majority text, what's in the critical text. I just like the layout of that with the notes, having all the information, having things like that there. The majority text stuff, there's not really a Bible. I mean, there are some, but they're not really in mass market production that's translated from the majority text, and I think the New King James is the closest you're going to get nowadays in a very easily available translation to buy. Just really like it. I think it's great. Number 3 is actually not much different, the King James Version. That's what I've been reading through this year. I really love the King James Version. I love it for its historical value, being able to connect with a translation that many have read for a long time. It does have archaisms and stuff like that, but I've found this year it's far easier to read than most people would think. there certainly are words in it that are going to be more difficult for some people, but that doesn't mean it's not a good translation. It is. It's very good. I like it a lot. And I like that it is a very formally equivalent translation, so it's very accurate in the way it's done. Number 2, the New American Standard Bible, the NASB, particularly the 95. I'm not a huge fan of the 2020. I will be fair and say I haven't read a ton of the 2020, but I prefer the 95. And I know some people will say, why not the LSB? I could as easily kind of throw the LSB in there. I think the LSB is excellent, but it is. If I had to pick between the LSB and the 95, I would pick the 95. Just my personal preference. The reasons are myriad why the 95 NASB is such an excellent translation. It's very literal. It has excellent footnotes. It really captures the meaning of the text in a very good way. I love that there's supplied words, just as there are in the KJV and New King James. And I also really appreciate that they leave disputed text in line in the text in brackets. One of my favorite things about the NASB is that they do that, even though it comes from a critical text translation. Leaving those disputed texts in line in the text and leaving you a note to say what's going on, but not removing it. I wish more critical text translations would do that. Just me personally giving my opinion on that. Number 1, you probably saw this coming. You probably already knew. It's the ESV, the English Standard Version. The ESV is one of those deals where there's certainly changes I wish they would make to it. But I always say that you're hardest on the thing that you love the most. And I think that's true of me in the ESV. The ESV for me is, and I've made a video on this before, my heart language translation. It's just how I know the Bible the most. I've memorized from it. I've preached from it for as long as I can remember. I really love the ESV. And I think it kind of gets this bad rap today from some folks in the Bible community of, well, it's just kind of the marketing is the only reason anyone uses it, and all this kind of stuff. And I would just push back and say, man, the ESV is an excellent formal equivalent translation. It contains all the literary beauty from the King James tradition that I would want. It's very beautiful in a literary sense. It is formally equivalent and very, very accurate in its translation of the text. It is easily accessible in lots of different editions to people. They really have done a good job with that. There's no doubt. But I really think, honestly, that it is easy to read. For something that is so formal, I think it is an easy-to-read translation. I love the English Standard Version. And if I had to pick one Bible from the ESV, one edition to take with me, it would be the heirloom wide margin reference that I have that's unfortunately out of print. A close runner-up to that would be the Cambridge wide margin, but love that Bible a lot. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Just wanted to have a talk on some of my favorite translations. Let me know what yours are down in the comments. Give me your top 5. I want to know. And tell me why if you feel so inclined. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and subscribe and all that stuff if you haven't yet. I'm looking forward to eventually doing another Bible giveaway, but we're a little ways off before I do that. I'm looking around the 5,000 sub mark that we'll do another giveaway. So we got a little ways to go. So tell your friends. Sub. Enjoy the content if this is your thing. We'll see you in the next video.